My name is Lindsay, and we're going to talk to you today about blockchain technology. So what is blockchain? Blockchain is a way of sharing information that's kind of like a living record of all the transactions that have been made. In a blockchain, blocks can't be altered or deleted. So one of the ways that you can think about blockchain as opposed to just a traditional record of transactions is like PDF versus Google Docs. With a PDF, one person can create it and edit it, and then they can like email it to somebody else who will edit it, but the creator doesn't have the new version. With Google Docs, on the other hand, anybody who has access to it can edit it and can see all of the changes that have been made in real time. So blockchain is a lot like that in that everybody who has the blockchain, and it can be stored on multiple computers, and usually is, anybody who's using it has access to it, so then everybody can see all of those. And blocks can't be altered or deleted, which makes it very secure. So one of the most common ways that we have heard of blockchain is through Bitcoin. It's the first application of blockchain really that's been used. It was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, and he or she, we don't know who it is, developed this based on an earlier program that dated things so that things couldn't be backdated. And so he developed that technology into what is now blockchain. So Satoshi Nakamoto is a pseudonym. Nobody's really sure who Satoshi is. There's all sorts of different theories about different computer analysts around the world who have talked about things before, and so there's lots of theories, but we don't really know. And just some background on Bitcoin. Each Bitcoin is worth about $1,500, and the company as a whole is worth more than $100 billion, so it's a very profitable company.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about kind of how it works. When looking, so someone's going to request a transaction, and this transaction is sent to a whole network, and this is called a peer-to-peer network. So basically, every computer is called a node. So when you send your transaction, when you send your block, it goes to every node, and then those all have to basically make sure that they're all secure. So you're having a ton of people, instead of just one, make sure that each block is secure. And once it's validated and verified, it's then added to the chain. So your block can't be added into the blockchain until it's verified that this chain is secure. So from then, your transaction is complete, and this would happen over and over. So it would be hard to corrupt a chain knowing that each node has to verify it. So some benefits, increased transparency, accurate tracking. It contains a permanent ledger because it can't be deleted, and cost reduction. Some of the unknowns are how complex it is. Because it's not widely used yet, we're not really sure how complex this technology would need to be. Also implications, since it's not being used as a whole yet, we really don't know what the implications would be. And it really has no competing platforms right now because it's so new. No one has tried to get into that company because they don't really know if it's going to really make the money that they need to. Some of the potential ways that blockchain could be used in automotive, you would know 100% sure who the previous owners were. Nothing could be tampered with. We have websites right now that you can look up your Carfax, but all of those could be adjusted as of right now. But with blockchain, you would know 100% who previous owners were. As far as voting, because this is so secure, we could have immediate results. We wouldn't have to have any third parties coming in for security, and so we would know right away. It would just be a quicker and cheaper way of voting. Same with healthcare, everything could be encrypted, and so we would never have to worry about your information being passed along from one company to another because there would be no privacy breaches in those companies.
Okay, Brianna touched on some 4 reasons why it's important. She had said it increased transparency, accurate tracking, permanent ledger, and cost of reduction. So what it means by increasing transparency means that it's open for anyone. So blockchain is not specifically to a company, so it's everyone that can contribute to it. And then accurate tracking. So again, we can track all the previous transactions that has happened through blockchain. Another good example was the Carfax. The logo is that we can find exactly all the previous owners, but people can hack into Carfax. But with blockchain services, it's impossible. You can't. And then the permanent ledger would be like all the transactions that have happened through time, and then cost of reduction. Businesses have found that this technology will eliminate the third-party authorization, so it will help them just keep information and services on their ledger. So to go more in depth, this is a potential to give freedom back to the people, and then empowers applications that work on decentralized networks from third parties. And then people can create services and transfer value, and then again reduce costs for many businesses. So according to a research report done by Accenture, the use of blockchain could cut back costs and deliver savings over 30% across the middle and back office for financial institutions based on an analysis of granular cost data from 8 of the 10 biggest banks of the world. All right, some questions for you. So how quickly do you think Bitcoin is going to be introduced into businesses and education? So what I mean is that, so how do you think that businesses like Bitcoin will be able to be introduced in businesses as fast in education? Second would be, do you personally have a cryptocurrency? The biggest, most popular one right now is Bitcoin. So, and then how do you think companies and social media can take advantage of blockchain? So we had an incident back then with Snap Money. I don't know if you guys heard of that. People hacked into that, so they were able to hack into people's currencies, and that didn't work out for them. But I know Facebook has a market and where they sell stuff. Many other applications do so as well. And then the fourth one, what other applications can you see for blockchain technology? We have mentioned previous applications, but let us know what you see for blockchain technology. And that is all for.
All right, thanks guys.